Good morning. It's Tuesday, and today I was going to talk about paying your dues, which basically means working. Everybody wants to fast track whatever they want to learn. I understand that. I do it myself. And I was thinking about it this morning. I had a guy come in and interview with me to work at one of my other businesses. I have a machine shop. And at that particular business, I don't necessarily have to interview everybody, but I was interviewing one guy particularly because I was looking for somebody specific skills. But I talked to this guy, and he'd made the comment, which I thought was really cool. He's about my age, and he's been, he knows a lot about machining. He's been doing it his whole life. That's his trade. And he said, yeah, he goes, man, and he actually didn't want to work. My shop wasn't as big as he wanted, as big of equipment as he wanted to deal with. And but he said, he goes, what am I got to do? He goes, I got to teach somebody all this, meaning everything that's in his head. And that kind of resonated with me because that's what I'm trying to do with you guys and gals. And so the other thing is, and I want to know, I'm not in a position to read and take questions this morning. You're going to hear me gab, but you can certainly comment because I want to know what you want to know, whether you're new or whether you're, maybe a fairly active real estate guy, whatever. If you want to get to like my level, where I could quit if I want, but it's in my blood. I love to make deals. But, the benefits are obvious. Wealth lets you do a lot of things, gives you a lot more choices. But I guess where I'm going is I was thinking about that guy and like that, and he wants to share it. He's in a position he can retire. This guy that I was interviewing, but he doesn't want to retire. He's too young to retire. He wants to keep working, but he feels like he wants to teach people what he knows. Because believe me, machinists, it's tough. This country hasn't been manufacturing much for a long time, and so a lot of those guys that have those kind of great skills, there's not as many of them as there used to be, and but there's not as many jobs either. And this thing says we got a poor connection, so if you're watching, do me a favor, let me know if you can or can't hear me once in a while, because just say I can hear you or not, because I hate to be talking and thinking that I don't have any audio. But so it's funny, I take a jiu-jitsu class with my boys. And, I've taken different martial arts and stuff, but jiu-jitsu is pretty new to me. And, I'm in there. So, bear with me. I love doing the live stuff, but unfortunately with this live stuff, my phone says I'm disconnected here and there. Whether I am or not, I don't know. So, again, if you guys can hear me, let me know somehow. But, so one of the things I was thinking about, actually, can't see you but can hear. Okay, well, if you can hear, I guess that's good enough for now. But what I was going to get at was, remember the Karate Kid? I don't remember that movie exactly. I remember most of it, I guess. But I remember the wax on, wax off, right? And he's teaching him, go wax my car, and it's wax on, wax off, right? And he's basically giving him the fundamentals of some of the movements for defense. And I think I really should concentrate on fundamentals with you guys, which to me are be relentless. And I think I have made it pretty clear. You got to be relentless, never give up. You see the sign, you missed it, turn around, catch that sign, write it down. The sign might not be there tomorrow. You see an opportunity where there might be something for sale, even if it's not real estate. If you're going to play with, some tangible items that you can flip and sell for a profit, then same thing. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to take the time to stop. And I know that's tough sometimes. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you really, really can't. And I know that. But anyways, so I'm sensitive to that. But I really want to be the most effective I can be to teach you what you need to know to get there the quickest. And so even though sometimes I'm not talking about specific deals, because I get people email me and stuff, and they want to be mentored. Man, there is no magic bullet. Really, it's hard work. And I say hard, I don't consider it hard like working all your life, or because I know what hard work is. Yeah, believe me, I know what hard work is. If you do sheetrock for a while, you'll know what hard work is. You do concrete work for a while, you'll know what hard work is. This doesn't compare to either of those, but it is personal sacrifice in as much as taking time. And you have to give up. You're not going to be able to stop and have a drink at the bar. So you're not going to be able to watch a football game or this or that. I mean, you can, but you're wasting precious time. So that's part of what's going to get you there. I mean, that is the most of what's going to get you there. Is you've got to be smart, and you got to be driven, and if you need things to keep you on track and on perspective, I'm just telling you, you blink and you're 30, you blink again, you're 40, you blink again, you're 50. You know what I mean? And so it's so important that you be aware of time, because time does run out. And I'm not saying, listen, I don't care if you're 50, 60 years old. You can learn right now, you can make money, and a few $100,000 will make a hell of a difference in your life if you're at zero and you're 20, or if you're at zero and you're 60, right? I mean, I know it well. $10,000, $20,000 make a big difference, because we all basically live with what we got, right? We live within the means that we have. And in all honesty, I mean, I'm a very simple guy. I'm driving a 2006 Toyota truck right now, and I've shown you my 2006 BMW that I drive. And I bought my daughter a little Lexus, a little bit older one, not like a 2006. It was perfect condition. I got it for about 20 grand or something. This a few years ago, because I didn't want to spend 40. And it's a good thing. She beat the hell out of it, and it just got beat up quite a bit. Not that she was bad, but you got a new driver, they bump into things, and that's just being practical. And but what I would say is, anyways, please leave a comment if there's something you want to know as somebody that's kind of a newbie in investing, or if you're somebody that is, maybe you think you're a pretty good investor already, but if there's something you think I can give you, you let me know. I've bought every kind of real estate there is. There's probably something I haven't bought, but I mean, I've bought damn near everything there is, and I've made money on just about everything. I've flipped many pieces of land. I've flipped many houses. I've flipped many buildings of different types, commercial, industrial, and now I hold on to a lot of property too. And but I can tell you, you have to, I'm going to just kind of stick to the fundamentals, like the wax on, wax off, and wax on, wax off in investing. In the way I do it, it is simply keeping your eyes wide open and not, learning to see what, like I said, it could be a screwed up yard, it could be damaged blinds. Those are indications that somebody didn't care about that property. But it's also, you see a sale, or where there's stuff for sale. That could be Craigslist. There's all kinds of things that you can do, and it just takes a second. Jump to Craigslist. If you're looking at tools, which is one of the things I like to look at, is I'll go into tools, I go, what's the most expensive, and I scan through and I look at what's the most expensive crap in Craigslist that's local, because that's an advantage to you. That things that are being sold locally are not out, even though they're on the web. Even though they're on the web on Craigslist, it ain't easy for a guy 100 miles away to come over and buy this stuff from you, especially somebody that's in another state. Nobody wants to ship them the stuff. It's more trouble for the logistics in general. So take time to, breeze through Craigslist, beginning of the day, end of the day. You know, it's something maybe if you're a carpenter or like me, or have machinist, experience like me, you know certain things about certain tools that cost money, and you kind of know a deal when you see one. So, it's like I bought that roll top desk, right? Made, a few $100s the other day, or $500-600. I took that old stove. I mean, normally I'd probably just want to throw the damn thing away, but I turned it and sold it for a few $100. And that's the kind of thing that you don't always take advantage of that you can do. And I don't, I like small and expensive. So think about that. Just you want to think in practical terms. Why do I say small and expensive? If I can buy something small, I can throw it in the back of my car. I don't need a pickup. I can store it in a closet. I don't have to rent a building to put it in. You can make 10-20 grand on a lathe or a mill that weighs 10,000 pounds that you need to hire a company to come pick up and transport. A lot more work. But if that's all you specialized in, you could do that, every week and make 100,000 a month. So, but not everybody can do that. But that could be a niche. Fewer people are doing it because it is big and heavy. But the average guy, you want to concentrate on small and expensive. It could be jewelry. I don't know jewelry, but it could be gold. It could be, there's something you can learn. But it goes back to the wax on, wax off, right? It's like in jiu-jitsu. First go in there, believe me, it's like you're a fish out of water. Because you got people tangling up your arms and your legs at the same time. And, you could be a pretty good fighter and you're going to feel like an 80-pound girl getting thrown around by a man. Because that's kind of, if you don't know how to grip and grapple and the. Okay, thanks, Maurice. According to this, thanks, Maurice. Every once in a while I have to push a button. It says I'm disconnected. I hit it and it reconnects. So it shouldn't be too long a delay when it happens. I don't know. But let me know. But a lot of you say you like the live stuff, and so that's what I'm trying to deliver on, but I can't help the connection. But so like right now, listen, I'm telling you let me give you an example. Okay, besides doing jiu-jitsu, I'll tell you where I'm really getting a hell of a lesson and getting beat up is I've been investing. I've invested in high tech in different ways over many years, but I've been investing in apps. Apps like for the phone, and I've invested a few $100,000, and a lot of it I'm just getting a lesson. Believe me, I probably could have spent half that. Knowing what I know today, I would have spent half that, and I would have probably gotten more bang for my buck for what I've been producing. But that's me paying my dues, right? I knew that going in. I was paying full retail for developers and different things like that. Today I'm not paying full retail for developers, and I'm getting much more productive. I'm getting much more money, much more performance, and getting much more content, and I'm getting more bang for my buck. Okay, but it's because I've been paying my dues. I pissed away over 100 grand, 150 grand, probably that I didn't need to. But I got an inside look at the business, and I got what I needed to know now. That's making me a much more efficient guy. So now I know a lot of stuff about app development than probably 99% of the country. You know what I mean? So now I'm in there with the 1% that are making money on it, as far as what it takes to get things developed and get things made. And that's really what I really wanted, and that's where I'm at now. And so I'm getting things done that I wanted to get done. So still not done spending money, and you know what? This is the good thing is this is all money I'm spending. If I lose it, I lose it. It's not a big deal. It ain't gonna change my life one way or another. And so you got to be careful. Never put all your eggs in one basket. I know you've all heard that before. Now some people say, yeah, put them all in there and just watch that basket carefully. Now, I'm not that guy. I don't put them in one basket. I do. I diversify a little bit, but what's always the same for me is and with exception to this app business, that's totally an elective, you know. That's like buying an ice cream. It's just gonna, I'm just eating it and it's going away. Yeah, now maybe something good will come of it. I don't know. But that's kind of the benefit of wealth, is that you can start to play around and go ahead and, you know, have electives like, hey, I'm going to try to, you know, do something that's more of a risk, that I may lose it all. And that's what the app business is for sure. But you know what? It's not a big deal. If you got the money to waste, or, you know, the money to risk in that respect, or the money to pay your dues, which really I don't consider it a risk. I really don't. But I knew going in that, man, I'm paying too much for what I'm paying, but I'm getting the experience from that developer side and seeing part of the retail business. And believe me, when I made the deal that I made with the retail business that I was doing business with, I made sure that there were certain doors that were open and that I had direct access to key developers for discussing, for talking. And, you know, they like to have, a lot of times they like to have kind of a middleman that is really unnecessary with me, because I get down to business. And to me, it's just you're paying another person to be in the way, to be in the room, and that's not productive. So, so anyhow, I negotiated in my contract with the company that I dealt with that I would have direct access. I also knew enough that, look, I want top talent only. I don't want mediocre. And we had some problems. We had some fights a little bit. I said, hey, this ain't, you know, this isn't what we bargained for. And they agreed, and, you know, they made it right. And because, you know, I can tell you, some things you just don't want to mess with mediocre talent. You really, you know, I'm trying to learn, right? I want to learn from the best. So that's what I was doing. And you got the same opportunity with me. You know what? You're going to learn how I don't really know hardly anybody that does what I do. I do know other people that invest, and I do have people that are competitive that can buy big buildings and stuff like that. But do they do exactly what I do? No, I don't think so. But they still are successful, and nobody's going to do it. And that's the beauty of real estate. Like I say, there is no rules. You will develop your own techniques to a large degree, but I can tell you what the basic fundamentals are, and what you're not going to get away from is it's work. It's work. You might work smarter than me. You may figure out things that I haven't figured out, but it's work. That's just all there is to it. And that's the people that work hard